Let's talk about website optimization. I just mentioned that a minute ago from that question. Here's a snapshot, and this, you could see if this looks familiar to you. This is very familiar to a lot of businesses that call us, and they say we had a drop, and then we recovered, but now we've just been trailing off ever since. You can tell right away that this middle area is the helpful content update. This particular client was actually kind of just going straight across, right? They weren't doing anything great. They weren't ranking for more keywords or less keywords, just kind of cruising along. And then that update hit, you can see that big dip. Now, if you look above the organic keywords here, you can also see this other one here. The orange line here is overall content that was being produced. And you can see it's definitely steadily going up. So this particular client was putting out content on a regular basis, yet you still see this big drop. You see a dip here, and then you definitely see just kind of a big trailing off after that. So two things: they were putting out content, maybe it wasn't the best content, and Google adjusted their algorithm to those kinds of things. So this has happened a lot to a lot of the companies that I've been talking to. Another thing that you can do, obviously, that person that asked that question mentioned that they have a fairly old site. If it's not mobile friendly, you've already taken yourself out of 60% of all searches, if not more. Google has two separate indexes. They have a desktop and a mobile index. So if your site is not mobile friendly, you're already not reaching 60-70% of the potential crowd out there. So having a mobile optimized site, obviously very important. This is also called a responsive website, which most every site is that's been built within the last 10 years, 8 years, something like that. But I do still come across, I just came across two of these in the last week. Two sites, window treatment companies that had called us, and they did not have mobile friendly sites. So definitely a big, important piece of that. Another thing is your page speed. So as you're putting out longer pieces of content that are more helpful, that additional code can slow down your site. If you add in some pictures, things like that, and they're not optimized, that can slow down your page load even more. So there does need to be a balance of getting the content that is helpful to people, to customers, and at the same time optimizing your site so that the pictures, the code, everything still loads quickly. And there should be no problem with a page that has 1,500 words on it. That should be no problem for Google to, for your server to load that page quickly. So it's not necessarily the amount of content, because the content piece of it loads really quickly. It's the other things on the page that could slow it down. So don't think of that as, oh, I better cull my content back in order to get page speed up. There are other things that are more important along those lines, but it's definitely an important piece of this. User feedback. Don't forget to run surveys, back campaigns of some sort to understand what is it that your users want. Ask, obviously, your current customers, what made you choose us, or what made you visit our website? What made you decide to give us a call? And use that information to optimize your site and make it a little bit better.